Sometimes I literally feel like I'm running against time, which can be a bit overwhelming. But then I remember that I have a few tricks up my sleeve and can use them to prepare really satisfying meals in 30 minutes or under. Today I'll show you 5 of my go-to quick meals that I hope will help you navigate some of those chaotic days with a little more ease. Hello and welcome to Munch. And please tell me I'm not the only one who loves breakfast for lunch, because we're starting with the Shakshuka. On this particular day, I was cooking just for me and used 2 medium-sized tomatoes. I also use around 1/4 of a green pepper cut in stripes, and you can use yellow, red, green, whatever you have. And 1/4 of a medium-sized onion, also cut in stripes. Heat up a frying pan at a medium-high temperature and add a bit of oil. For this particular recipe, and as much as I can, I like to keep the oil to a minimum, hence the oil spray. Saute the onion for a little bit until it begins to soften and gets a golden brown color. At which point you'll add the peppers and continue to stir for about a minute or so. Add the tomatoes to the potty and then season with salt and pepper. And of course, I forgot to saute the garlic puree before any of these ingredients, but I still added it midway, about half a teaspoon, and stirred. Then pour in around half a cup of water and a tablespoon of tomato puree for some extra creaminess. And by the way, you can use canned tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, tomato pulp, whatever you have. Stir and put the lid on to help accelerate the tomato softening process. After about a minute or so, remove the lid and with the back of a spoon or a fork, squeeze the tomatoes down to help turn this into a proper sauce. Crack 2 eggs into it, put the lid on, and after about a minute, you should have your express shakshuka ready. I usually have it with the toast, but I'd say that you can also have it with rice, for example. You can also top this with some herbs like parsley, but sadly I didn't have any when I filmed this. I hope you enjoy. Next up, we have a tortilla pizza, and the first thing to do is to preheat the oven at 200 degrees Celsius, or about 390 Fahrenheit. And for this one, you'll need cheese. I'm using mozzarella, and once again, I made this just for myself, so I only use half of it, cut in slices. I also had mushrooms in my fridge that I sliced up, as well as a quarter onion that I cut in stripes. And by the way, this is a great recipe for leftovers, so search through your fridge and see what you can use. And for the sauce, if you have a ready-to-use sauce, great. If you have the time to make your own sauce from scratch, fabulous. But when I have neither, I season fresh tomatoes with salt and pepper and use an immersion blender or food processor to turn them into a quick tomato sauce. But please don't judge me too hard. Get a tortilla and spread the tomato sauce all over it using a spoon. Add the cheese, making sure you reach all parts of the surface. For the mushrooms, I like to drizzle in some olive oil and also like to sprinkle a little bit of oregano. Then place them all over the surface, followed by the onion, and I also happen to have some spinach at the house that I put on top. Put the pizza in the oven for 5 to 7 minutes and it should be done. I know this pizza isn't as sturdy as a normal one, but it does a good job. Let me know in the comments what you think if you try it. And now let's switch gears into a pasta recipe. And there's no time to waste, so get that pasta cooking as soon as the water starts boiling, and in the meantime, melt about 1 tablespoon of butter over medium heat and grate approximately 3/4 of a cup of Parmesan cheese. When the pasta is cooked, add it to the pan, followed by the Parmesan cheese, and pour in some of that pasta water to help make it creamy. And if you want, you can saute some garlic and or chili flakes together with the butter before adding the pasta. Stir and you can crack in some ground black pepper or sprinkle in some herbs, and guess what? It's done. Easy like that. I hope you enjoy this. I saw a version of the next recipe pop up on my Instagram feed a while ago, and the moment I saw it, I knew I had to try it. Poke holes all over an eggplant, and I used this cocktail stick to do it, but you can also use a fork or a pointy knife, for example. This is going to the microwave next, and the holes are meant to help it breathe while in there. And this is the eggplant fresh out of the microwave. Allow it at least 5 minutes to cool down, and while that happens, let's prepare the rest. You'll need salt, pepper, and 1 egg per eggplant. Crack an egg and season with salt, pepper, and whatever you like chili flakes for example. I think you can be creative with this one, like adding in green onions for example. After 5 minutes, the eggplant should still be hot but more manageable. To get the skin off, I first scratch it using a fork, and then it should come off really easily. Then you can also use the fork to flatten the inside, but be gentle to avoid breaking it apart. Then dip the eggplant over the egg on both sides. Heat up some oil in a frying pan at a medium-high temperature, and once it's hot, drop in the eggplant and let it fry until golden brown. I use a kitchen tongue to help turn it to the other side. And I usually have this with a salad, and I like to top it with some chili oil, which I'm frankly kind of obsessed with. Dip it in some soy sauce, and I hope you have a blast eating this. Next up, we have a ramen noodle inspired brothy situation. And for this one, I either use rice noodles or udon noodles, always following the brand's instructions, and these are usually really quick to cook. On this particular day, I had some chicken broth left over that I took to a boil. And I like to have this with a soft boiled egg. For protein, if I have any meat left over, that's what I would use. This day, for example, I had some leftover oven-fried chicken that was frankly perfect for this. But when I don't have leftovers, I usually pan-fry a deboned piece of chicken, very simply seasoned with salt, pepper, and minced garlic. And I put it to fry right before I prepare the broth to make the most of the time I have. And speaking of the broth, I mix 1 tablespoon of soy sauce to 1 tablespoon of miso paste, 1 tablespoon of sesame oil, and 1 tablespoon of hoisin sauce. Mix everything very well, and around this time your chicken should be ready, and I like to cut it in strips. The chicken broth must also have boiled by now, and you should add it to the sauces you mixed before. Pour in the cooked noodles, then the chicken, then the egg, but please don't cut it like I did. Sprinkle in some chopped green onions if you have it, and of course, chili oil if you like it. And these are the 5 recipes I have for you today. If you had a good time watching this video, make sure you like it and consider subscribing to the channel because there's more to come. And if you would like to discover some more leftover recipes, then you should definitely check this video right here. Let's meet there. Until then, have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.